What is up, YouTube? It's your boy Loza. We're looking at a Dark Magician profile today that's been sent to me to be roasted by the creator. So, Verus DMG, or Dragu, he has made a video called How to Not Lose All the Time with Dark Magician. Oh yeah, let's get some context. It's very quiet, but 13th place out of 16 at locals, 2 wins, 3 losses. How does that work? Unless he's counting like the individual games.
Start with 2 Dark Magicians, you don't play 3, stop it, okay? And you don't play 1 because if this is banished, you don't play the game anymore. So
it's true.
This is why I play 2 Dark Magicians. Next is 1 Dark Magician girl and no other Paladin monsters. You need just 1 to put it in the graveyard and draw more cards.
I'm gonna turn him up.
Soul Servant. 1 red eyes, okay? Single red eyes. You don't want to draw this card. You know the drill. Next, 1 Apprentice Illusion. This card is pretty fucking underrated. The hand trap effect, it's pretty underrated. A lot of monsters in Yugioh have 3000 and Dragoon can be actually... It's pretty vulnerable even if it's that good, but it's your single actually real boss monster that you have, so...
On the topic of Apprentice Illusion, I do like to play 1 copy sometimes. You'll notice some of my Dragoon builds play 1 copy because, you know, in those hands where you're just activating Ref and you've got Illusion of Chaos, it's like, well, what do I search? Because there's nothing really good. And searching Apprentice Illusion Magician is quite good because, yeah, if your opponent goes in access code and tries to beat down your Dragoon and you happen to have negated something, so it's like 4k, you can then make it go to 6k, potentially not losing it to access code. There's also a bunch of other cards which will try to beat over Dragoon, and sometimes that Apprentice can actually just stop that play, and it means you kind of might win the game or have another chance. So yes, to some degree, I don't mind 1 Apprentice. Like, I'm not going to flame someone for that. It's cool tech.
You need more sometimes if you... Okay. 1, okay? This card is not very good, but not very bad, and it's okay. You can make Dragoon with it. This is what you want.
Based.
You can know the combos and shit. It's fine. Next, now we have 3 Rod. You can cut it to 2. Most of the times when I side, I put 1 out.
I love this guy's accent, by the way, and the way he swears is so funny. I don't know why. It sounds really funny when he swears because he's got a really cool accent.
3 Souls. You can notice that these are actually OCG. In our locals, OCG cards are permitted. We encourage people to actually be more skillful, not just crack them, not just robbing their own wallets.
I really like the idea of using OCG cards, and they're a lot cheaper, so why the hell not? I get that, you can't use them in official tournaments, and Konami said XYZ, and who gives a shit, let's be real. The only person they're saying that to protect is vendors, because otherwise vendors won't buy product, but, you know, vendors and card shop owners and all that stuff. And let's be real, we don't really care about them at the end of the day, so yeehaw!
It's fine. And now with the reprints, I'm gonna have English versions in like 2 weeks. 3 Ash Blossom. I don't think you need more hand traps than this.
Oh.
But if you can play Imperm, you can play Veiler, but it's not that great.
I would say if you're going to play 1 hand trap, yeah, it's definitely Ash or Imperm, but I would probably lean towards Imperm just because Ref and Imperm is so powerful going second. There are so many games where you can just Imperm one of their negates, go for Ref then, and just pop off if they don't have Ash, of course. But maybe he's playing Ash because he's playing Crossout, who knows? Let's find out. But Ash is definitely the other super generic hand trap that can hit stun decks that just want to, you know, draw into their stun cards, or it can hit meta decks because every meta deck searches. So Ash is universally a good hand trap to play. Imperm is just so safe with Dragoon going second, or with Ref going second, but it's a personal favorite combo of mine. Anyway, let's keep going.
This is gonna be controversial, but I played 3 Preparation of Rites and a single Illusion of Chaos because I didn't have more copies of Illusion of Chaos. But I wanted to see this thing in my hand, so everything that's here, it was pretty fine. And Preparation of Rites can bait an Ash, and you can activate after that Red Eyes Fusion and basically put Dragon out. That could be pretty fun.
True.
If anybody actually does that. Okay, terraforming. And guys, this is the correct ratio for playing these cards. 1 terraforming, because it's limited. 1 salvation, you don't need more. And 2 secret village of the spellcasters.
Right.
These things are crazy. These ratios are actually the best. You have like 3 secrets because of this. You have like 2 salvations because of this, and because of this you have actually like another 2 copies, let's say, of Eternal Soul. So it's crazy. You can access Eternal Soul without spending your resources with Rod and Soul Servant.
True, it's another way to
Speaking
set up Eternal Soul.
The thing, Soul Servant, 3 of them, is the best spell that we have in DM.
Isn't it sad that that's the truth? The best spell we have doesn't do anything by itself, right? It is truly depressing. When we look at a spell like Nadir, a spell like Toy Box, well, Toy Box kind of needs other things to get going, but a spell like Red Eyes Fusion, any of the new Blue Eyes spells, like, they're all crazy cards. Some of them need discards, yes, but the cards themselves are amazing. Soul Servant has that potential, but it needs at least 1 other card. At least. I don't know. This card will be our best card. If we get some other good spells, we need some other cracked good spells. And then this card becomes even better. And Circle becomes even better because it can add our good spells that we now have. But that's in an alternate future where we get good spells in DM. Let's pray.
And the next card, it's pretty good with it. It's Upstart Goblin.
True.
1 Upstart. You can play more if you want, but I think the engine for DM is pretty big, so 1 it's fine, and if you're gonna see it, you're probably gonna have a Soul Servant somewhere, and you're gonna do the chain, and you're gonna be able to search no matter what. Okay. The next thing that works well with Upstart Goblin, it's Circle.
True.
It's the same thing basically. You put you rearrange cards, and then you use this to draw the card that you wanted, even if it's not the Magician card.
What he said is absolutely true. There are games where I've activated Circle as my first play. I've seen Red Eyes Fusion and gone, whoa, like, let's put that on top and Upstart into that. It can be quite crazy. Technically, you're kind of going -1 if you Circle an Upstart, but yeah, it's not the biggest deal.
So this is why it's good. Speaking of Circle, you have 2. No more than 2. 1, it's actually pretty fine, because you can search this thing. Is the next thing that you're gonna search with Rod after
2's good.
Illusion,
Good.
or after Soul Servant. So it could be fine at 1. I'm playing 2. It's fine. Okay, the next thing, this is gonna be I don't even want to talk about this.
Let's go!
This is the best way to make Dragoon. It's Dragoon in 1 card. You cannot go wrong with this. So
he's right.
That's it. 3 Red Eyes Fusion. You can make Dragoon, and you can use Magician Souls to put the others to the grave, or use the extra copies if you have in your hand to discard for Dragoon. So whatever, it's okay.
It's good.
You're gonna do it anyway with a card that actually does something. That's fine. But Red Eyes Fusion, it's too powerful to not be in the deck at 3.
There you go.
1 secrets. This is like another way to make Dragoon, or a way to make the Dark Magicians, or Dragon Knight, or whatever. You can make actually rituals with this, but you're never gonna use that. You actually should use Illusion of Chaos to make Master of Chaos with this if you want. One Call by the Grave and one Monster Reborn.
Oh,
these are pretty good cards.
I like the Reborn.
They're one-offs. Actually, Call by the Grave is here. I don't need to justify that. Monster Reborn is here because I actually like a Yugi deck with Dark Magician having Monster Reborn. And it's basically the single way that we have to revive Dragoon. So
yep.
This should... I think this is a no-brainer, actually, but...
It's actually quite cracked. I've definitely played Monster Reborn in previous Dragoon builds. Yeah, you can just go and get Dragoon. Some people seem to come up with the crazy ruling that, oh, you can't target Dragoon. It's like, guys, it's in the graveyard. That effect isn't applying. Of course you can target a card in the graveyard. So yeah, Reborn Dragoon's great, but also in this deck, don't forget there's a lot of good Reborn targets. Plus, you can Monster Reborn from your opponent's grave. Like, the potential for Monster Reborn is just kind of limitless. It's a really good card, regardless of the deck you're playing, I want to say. It helps going second as well. And obviously, it doesn't combo with Ref, which is my biggest gripe. But, you know, you can play stuff like Snatch Steal and Change of Heart now, which I think this video was made before they were taken off the ban list. Monster Reborn is obviously great, but it can't combo with the Ref stuff. So if you wanted to play cards that play around that, Snatch Steal at 1, and what did I say? Change of Heart as well. Cards that are great. Steal opponents' monsters, attack them with them if you can. I think one of them doesn't let you. I think Change of Heart lets you, but Snatch Steal... Oh, no, I think you can do it with both. Anyway, the point is, you can steal monsters, you can pop the others with Dragoon, and you can go swinging for game with your opponent's monsters and your Dragoon. It's quite good for going second, but anyway, let's keep going.
You could cut it off if you can make more Dragoons, but it's fine. We have then 2 copies of Eternal Soul. I think...
so that means he's got a lot of copies of Eternal Soul. He's got Terraforming, Salvation, 2 Eternal Soul, that's 4. Then if you want to count like Rod, Soul Servant, like, there's a lot of ways to Eternal Soul in this build. That's cool, just saying, it's a lot. Like, that's fine. I'm just saying, you know, there's a lot of ways to Eternal Soul here.
I think Eternal Soul is harder to cut at 1 than Circle. Circle, it's easier to cut at 1. Eternal Soul is pretty fine, but it's stupid when it comes to the Raigeki board effect, the same thing that True Light has in Blue Eyes. But I think the protection that you have with this, it actually enables you to play cards like I don't know, that actually destroy your own board, like Torrential. You can play Torrential with this deck.
True.
And because you have Dark Magician on the field and this thing activated, you can activate Torrential and the Dark Magician doesn't die.
I think it still does.
I think that's actually pretty good. The same thing with...
I think it still does because I think it's only your opponent's card effects. Let's go read Eternal Soul, folks. Every Dark Magician is unaffected by your opponent's card effects. Okay, so it's still affected by your card effects, but like what he's saying is still like fine because you summon Dark Magician, you flip Torrential, you blow the field, and then, you know, next turn you can just Eternal Soul the DM back. So it's like, it's fine. Like, yeah, you're going to lose the DM, but you can just bring it back, so it doesn't matter.
With Dragoon, it's a... Oh, no, it's your opponent's card effects. Wait, I'm stupid.
Oh, he just realized. Okay, cool.
Sorry, it's gonna destroy your own master.
Yeah, it still works. It's still a thing you can do. Torrential in DM's fine, I think. I think it's actually quite good.
It doesn't say yours. Hey, Dark Magician players don't read. The phone stopped right before I ended the main deck. So the last 3 cards in the main deck are 3 copies of Solemn Judgment.
Oh.
Okay, you can play Imperm, you can play Torrential, you can play a lot of things at like for the filler cards until you have 40. But I think another way to negate your opponent doing stuff, it's actually a good. It's actually a better way to go with the deck. You can play Skill Drain, that's an option. You can play a lot of things. You can play Evenly Match if you're going second. in the side deck. I'm gonna show you some stuff that I had.
Judgment is really good with Dragoon. Like, in theory, I used to play this dinosaur deck, the Turbo Dragoon as well. And the main deck 3 Judgment, because I watched this profile of this guy, I forget who it was, but he basically won his locals or like a decent 20 by playing Dinosaur Judgment Dragoon. And his whole theory was like, my opponent can't deal with like multiple Omni Negates, so like Dragoon. And if you open a Judgment and Dragoon, like your opponent's pretty much not playing the game. And that was his logic. So, I think at the time it really worked. Not so much nowadays, probably, but I still think Judgment's still very good if you combo with Dragoon. It's kind of cracked. All right, let's keep going.
The side deck, maybe, I don't know. But these things were in my main deck at the tournament, and they were pretty freaking well. Okay. Once again, sorry for my English.
The English is great.
I know it's pretty hard to watch, but I hope the deck profile does it deserves makes up for that. Okay, sorry. Okay, I have just one Dragoon for now. Well, with the reprint set, 2 others are coming up, and I think I'm gonna go for some deck building on a deck building journey with that. Because I think having a lot of Dragoons, it's actually a way to go. More Dragoon is better than one Dragoon.
It is true, more Dragoon is better, but if he's playing one, he's playing one.
Okay, but he did his job, he carried every freaking match that I had, so I cannot say. One.
It's what Dragoon does, right? It carries your freaking games. It's crazy how good that card is.
And one. A single one. The Dark Magicians. You don't need more.
Correct.
And it's easy to use. It's easy to make. And it has a pretty good effect. It's fine. Okay. No much to talk about it. Master of Chaos. I never used it in the tournament, but it's pretty powerful, let's say. It's okay.
It's definitely one of the more situational fusions, but when it does come up, you can OTK with it, you can wipe boards with it. So I think it's a nice piece of the toolbox, like the Dark Magician Fusion toolbox. We have like Dragoon, the standard, steady, Beast. We have Dark Magicians, which is like the easiest one to make, but the weakest. Master of Chaos, which is a bit of a blowout card, or it can be an OTK card. And then there's kind of Dragon Knight, which is like, well, if you've got Circle Eternal Soul, Dragon Knight's pretty good, but otherwise Dragon Knight kind of sucks.
It's good here. Next, I have 2 copies of this guy, and I didn't use them.
You definitely don't want 2 copies of this. You want one of these to be Dragoon. You want 2 Dragoon, every other fusion is a 1, because this is only good if you have Circle Eternal Soul. And then you can just keep recycling him off Eternal Soul, hopefully. So, he's not... You never want to play 2 of this, I think. Maybe like sometime in the crazy future where we have new support, but right now, I can't see any list playing more than one of all the fusions minus Dragoon. Dragoon is the one you want to play more of, because it's the best one, but this one is only good in certain conditions. Kind of like Master of Chaos, there are certain conditions in which it is good. Otherwise, you probably won't make it.
Use him very much. The reason I had 2 copies is because I basically didn't have anything else to play for the fusion part of the deck, so right. I thought, okay, it's fine. We can put 2 copies. We're a Dark Magician player anyway. We're not very good at making decks. The last fusion.
Well, I would say that's a bit of a wasted deck slot, but sorry, I'm still sick. So I'd say that's a bit of a wasted deck slot, but as he said, that would probably just be a second Dragoon, which, he's still playing the same number of Dark Magician fusions, just the ratios are not quite what you would probably play. But overall, this list so far has been pretty damn good, I want to say.
In the deck was here for a last-minute decision. was Amulet Dragon.
Oh no, why is this in here? Now look, if he says he's got a Sky Striker player at his locals, I'd be like, alright, I'll let it slide. Because this card against Sky Striker is kind of funny. You banish all the spells in their grave. But normally they have a way to Widow Anchor, so just think about that. But the other side of this card is Dragoon's kind of, better. Because Dragoon into Sky Striker, you almost just win the match then and there unless they open Droplet, Tactics, or Kaiju. Basically anything outside of their engine they have to see to out your Dragoon, which is kind of nice. But yeah. Alright, let's hear why he's playing Amulet.
Because I thought, okay, maybe we're gonna have a Sky Striker matchup.
Yep.
And we had one Sky Striker matchup, and I didn't make this. I make Dragoon. And it won me both games.
It's kind of crazy how I predicted how that was going to go. But yeah, Amulet Dragon is, like, in theory, good against Sky Striker and any spell-based deck where you can banish their spells from their grave. But then on the same side, like, other side of that coin is like, oh, Dragoon is just better. It's like, Amulet Dragon good, Dragoon's still just better. Dragoon is nearly the answer to nearly every matchup, unfortunately. But there's certain boards where Master of Chaos will help you out them, and there's certain boards where maybe even Dark Magicians is good. Dare I say, probably never that. But there are definitely boards where Dragon Knight is good as well. So I can say Dragon Knight, Master of Chaos definitely have their moments. Dark Magicians, not so much. Amulet Dragon, probably not. But it's cool that he tried it and then realized, oh, Dragoon just wins me this matchup anyway.
So as far now with the links, we have a Link Spider. Puts the Dark Magician in the graveyard.
So good.
It's actually pretty good, and you can revive the Dark Magician, circle, banish, all that stuff.
This guy gets it.
Fine. Next, it's Imdak. For the same reason, puts Dark Magician in the graveyard.
But Dragon.
If you're a just purple, that I have, it's Artemis.
Nice.
Which recycles Rod, basically.
Yeah, you gotta love to see it.
At all.
IP, good.
Speaking of cards that I didn't use very much, Dark. But Dark is fine. It's better than... it has more synergy in his deck than IP Masquerade.
Dark is one of those cards where, yeah, you won't make it every game, but the games where Dark Celine access code comes up are insane. Like, you just win. So, yeah, it's very good. You would probably never not play a DM deck with Dark. If I see lists without Dark, I just get mad. I'm just like, what do you mean you're not playing Dark? It's like made for our deck. Dark the Dark Charmer, which is a Dark spellcaster. Like, please play it. It's please don't play Wee Witch. Play this instead.
Fine. Another one that I didn't use, Nightmare Unicorn.
Right.
But I think it's fine. It's okay. We can do things with it.
Well, you gotta have an IP target, and I'm guessing this is from before SP Little Knight has debuted. Also, I still don't play SP Little Knight because I refuse to buy it for like $100. But I am still buying QCR Dark Magician cards. Don't at me. Don't at me.
Next thing, the anime bait.
Nice.
But it's fine.
It's a good card.
Blackluster Soldier. Soldier of Chaos. You don't really summon this guy too much. You mostly go for the other play that we have here.
Celine.
And of course, an OCG, because I didn't have a lot of money. Access Code Tucker.
Nice.
But actually, it's not a lot of money now. I think it's cheaper.
Oh, that's the end. All right. Well, there's my own profile advertised. How wild is that? Well,
you don't really summon this guy.
Overall, a really good profile. So shout outs to my boy Verkus DMG. Great profile, great English. Love the video. The use of swearing throughout made it quite comical as well. I like that too. Very, very good sense of humor, I think, from this individual. But yeah, wow. Let me know what you guys think down in the comments. I think this is a pretty solid profile. It could have used a bit of a bit of cleaning up in the extra deck, but main deck was pretty solid. Main deck was pretty damn good. I like the text, like Judgment, Monster Reborn. Some different text, but kind of very anime and old school Yu-Gi-Oh text. And man, I actually really love this BLS card. I want to put it in my next list because I do miss playing this card. It's so good. When you do summon it, it feels real powerful. Anyways, I'll catch you guys on the next one. Peace.